to remove him by all means necessary. He removed a puppet president from office. He closed down all the French military bases in Burkina Faso and sent their soldiers back home. He changed the percentage of equity the Burkina government had in the mining companies in Burkina Faso.
Now, those are just few of the reasons, but after yet another failed attempt to take out our president, after shameless accusations from US General Michael Langley, after Langley's suspicious visit to Ivory Coast, where whispers grow louder that France and the US are still continuously plotting to either capture or eliminate Traoré, something unstoppable is happening. The youths of Africa are not sitting quietly anymore. They see through the lies. They recognize the enemies. One by one, city by city, village by village, a fire is catching. No amount of propaganda or intimidation can stop it. The West can scheme. The collaborators can conspire. But they will not break the spirit of a continent that has decided to fight. From Ouagadougou to Bamako, from Niamey to every corner of Africa, the message is clear. This is our land. These are our leaders. This is our future. And we are ready to defend it at any cost. Now, before we get to listen to these fierce words from Dennis Wanjala, an African activist from Kenya, I would like to inspire you first with what WODE Maya, one of Africa's most influential YouTubers, actually witnessed and shared in Burkina Faso while there.
What is really happening in Burkina Faso is a revolution that I believe that the entire continent of Africa can emulate. I mean, when you have a leader that really cares about his people, he makes sure that he delivers. Guess what? Will you believe if I tell you that the entire country of Burkina Faso could only boast of 3,000 kilometers paved road from independence till now? Will you believe me? Will you believe me? I mean, a country called Botswana could boast of 3,000 kilometers when the British left them. But the French left, a government came to power. See, that's a construction going on. A government came to power for over 27 years. How old is this country?
The country, the independence since 1960.
1960?
Yeah.
And the country could only boast of 3,000 kilometers.
3,000 kilometers, I'm telling you.
Is it true?
Yeah, it's true. As WODE MAYA was saying, since the independence up to today, we had just 3,000 something paved roads. But now, with the coming of Traoré, they are planning to pave 5,000 kilometers per year. This is insane. This is unbelievable.
How are they achieving that?
Yeah, they bought all the equipment because the government doesn't want anymore to let any company be in charge of this. So they bought all the equipment to do it by itself. The government is in charge of building all those roads that you can see.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. As you guys, maybe some of you saw the equipment coming from Ghana.
Okay.
People made a lot of videos about it. So the equipment are here. The government is taking care of constructing or building the roads. Because, you know, sometimes they give it to private companies and they take forever to finish some roads. So the government is now taking care of building the roads with their own equipment and everything. So that's what's happening.
And one of the most exciting thing about this whole road construction in Burkina Faso, the fact that the government bought all the equipment, trained the youth to operate this equipment. So literally, it's the people of Burkina Faso building the country for the people of this beautiful country.
The country is under construction.
Burkina Faso indeed is under construction, because I am here and I'm seeing roads being constructed. I am here and I'm seeing factories being built. I am here and I'm seeing entrepreneurs coming out saying that this is their first time. I mean, feeling so proud about their country to do business in their country. This is a revolution, and I believe that a revolution like this needs to be supported.
Welcome back to African Streamline. I am Atamba Haiti. This is Revolution Time. And as we've said always, they will try to do everything to make sure that they're painting Ibrahim look like a bad person. As Africans, we know what Ibrahim is up to. And he has been able to prove to us everything that he wants to do for the betterment of this continent. But the European countries will do everything to make sure they are plotting and they are painting him as a bad person. Okay, so as they are trying to do that, I love what Africans are doing, especially at this generation where we love proving everybody wrong. You see, people who are not in Africa may not know what is happening in Africa. People who are not in Burkina Faso may not know what is happening in Burkina Faso. Okay, so when you just hear us saying, Ibrahim Traore has been able to do this, has been able to do this, to some of you maybe it seems or it looks like maybe just a joke or something like that. But and that is why maybe when Michael Langley came and said that Ibrahim Traore is using the minerals of Burkina Faso to just maybe defend himself and defend his regime, maybe some people who are not aware and who don't know what is happening in Burkina Faso and in Africa will think that is true. And in real sense, it is not true. Now, WODE MAYA came to Burkina Faso. And the main aim of WODE MAYA coming to Burkina Faso was to prove to you that the work is going on in Burkina Faso, an outstanding work, an outstanding job, a distinctive job that is exceptional, from an exceptional leader, from an outstanding leader. Because we've had many African leaders, we've seen them, but they've not been doing, and they're not doing what Traore is doing. That is why many of them hate him. Because if you are in the same team, or rather if you are in the same area and maybe your colleague is doing better than you, or maybe you're working in the same office, your colleague is doing better than you, to some point you begin asking yourself, so why not me? Okay, or rather maybe you get to a point when you feel like he is being loved too much and you're not loved that much, so you begin maybe developing some kind of jealousy and all that. And that is what is happening from African leaders, African politicians towards Ibrahim Traore. That is why Ivory Coast president is the one who was being used to plot a coup in Burkina Faso and to overturn the government of Ibrahim Traore. But all that was in vain. Africans came out and they said no to all that, because Africans are uniting. Africans have gotten to a point when you don't need leaders to come and unite. We don't need African politicians to unite, because we've already realized that African politicians will not unite and they will not come together. But now, we don't want them to divide us as people. We've left them. We've decided, let them do whatever they want to do. If they want to continue selling out our countries, and if they want to continue mismanaging public funds, if they want to continue doing whatever the sorts of things they want to do, let them do. But we as Africans from all over, from Libya, from Botswana, from Zimbabwe, from Mali, from Niger, from Burkina Faso, from Namibia, from all these countries, we are coming together as African youths and as African people. You see, because at the end of the day, leaders already, they are rich and they have something, they are comfortable, they're okay, everything they are doing, these are people who already have everything. But at the end of the day, people who suffer most are the common citizens of the country, and therefore these common citizens have to come together. So common citizens of all African countries, they came together in support of Ibrahim Traore. And now, coming this month of 30th of this month, of this April, there is mass demonstration that has been planned all over Africa and even in diaspora. Black Americans are also joining the race. Afro-Caribbeans also, they are joining the race. Afro-Grenadians are also joining the race. Even Jamaicans, everybody. We are demonstrating towards the Europe regime. White man supremacy that has always been on top of us, that has always pressed us to this point. We are demonstrating against white man supremacy. We want white man supremacy to get out of Africa. We want white man supremacy to leave black people alone, because black people want to govern themselves. We are not limited, we are not disabled. We know black people are people that we have had the opportunity, we know ourselves very well. We know what we're capable of doing. Even our continent is the richest continent, but it has been painted as one of the poorest continents. We have everything in Africa. We say that every day. We are the fertile land. We are the continent that have a lot of minerals, and every minerals is coming from Africa. So what do? they try just to make Africa look like a continent that is disabled so they can be able to continue invading in Africa. But we've said no to that because now we've woken up. It is not like that time of our ancestors when people were manipulated anyhow and nobody would come out and speak. Okay? So that video from WODE MAYA was one of the best videos I've had. One of the best videos I've seen. I think many bloggers would need to start going to Burkina Faso and reporting these things, because there are reporters in Burkina Faso and there are reporters in Africa who don't report the greatest things that are happening in Burkina Faso. You see, these are the reporters who, many of them, they are paid, or many of them, they've been brainwashed to continue reporting things that are not actually the real things. So they're reporting lies. That is why in Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore sent a warning. He said any person who will be found reporting lies will be taken to jail, and that should be the way forward. So that video from WODE MAYA was one of the best videos. In fact, it is the best videos I have met, because let us report these things so that when they are sending lies, when they are telling lies, we will have a way to show out to the world that they are speaking this, and what is happening in us is this. Okay, so you've seen how roads are built in Burkina Faso. You've seen how factories are being built in Burkina Faso. And Ibrahim Traore has even given a report as to why he has decided to do that work himself. Because he is not giving tenders out. He isn't giving tenders to the Europe countries. He isn't giving tenders to people who are not going to pay to do the work the way it's supposed to be done. Unless you prove to him that you are fit for that work, you cannot be given work, because that is what is happening in Africa. And that is why Africa has always looked the way it is looking, because of the kind of leaders, the kind of people we are having, the kind of people we are giving jobs, we are giving contracts, you see. So Traore has decided, and this man is very clever and intelligent. The man has decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do everything myself. And that is why Michael Langley is saying that this man is using Burkina Faso resources to enrich himself, to protect his government, to protect his regime. Okay? But that gold and that resources, do they belong to the Europe countries? No, they don't belong to the Europe countries. They belong to Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso people are the people, the real owners of these things. They are the real owners of these minerals. So if Ibrahim Traore wants to do anything with that gold, as long as it is benefiting the people of Burkina Faso, I don't see a problem, and I don't see the reason as to why any other person would come from outside, a foreigner, to come and start complaining, while Burkinabe people themselves, they are not even complaining. I don't see the reason as to why you are coming from outside, you're a foreigner, you want to give directions, you want to give rules over the minerals that belong to the people of Burkina Faso, while the people of Burkina Faso themselves, they're not complaining. You see, people of Burkina Faso would be going through tough times under Ibrahim Traore's government. They would have complained. Ibrahim Traore wanted to let this sit down. He wanted to go out. He wanted to let the democracy take now its way. But the people of Burkina Faso said, you are not going to get out of this seat, because if you go out of this seat, we are going to suffer. For the shortest time you've been with us, for the shortest time you've been the president of this country, we have seen changes. And we are saying as the people of Burkina Faso, you are not going to step down. You will continue ruling until the time that we ourselves will say, now, it is time now, you can step down. But as long as we have not spoken, you will still continue staying there. Now, Michael Langley comes and says that Ibrahim Traore is using Burkina Faso's gold to protect himself, to protect his government. What is the problem with him using the gold to protect his government when you yourself, you are not even an African, you are a black person, you're not even ashamed of yourself being a black person oppressing your fellow black brother, okay? You are a US by citizenship. And then you're coming to Africa, you want to give controls over Burkina Faso. Now, what is the relationship between you, Michael Langley, and Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore? There's no relationship. If you have to give directions or to give commands, you need to give commands to the government of the United States of America, not to the government of Burkina Faso. Because the government of Burkina Faso, if there are people who need to complain about the government of Burkina Faso, are the citizens of Burkina Faso. But as long as the citizens of Burkina Faso are not complaining, you as a foreigner, You, as someone from the US, you're not supposed to complain because Burkina Faso isn't your country. So you continue spreading lies, but we've seen African youths. WODE MAYA has done a very fantastic job going to Burkina Faso and reporting these things, showing out to the world that truly Burkina Faso is changing Africa and Burkina Faso is going to another level. Okay, so kudos to Ibrahim Traore. A round of applause to Ibrahim Traore. We are joining hands together. All Africans need to unite. Come together, unite yourself, because these people have always used the way of dividing and ruling. So they've been using the way of dividing and ruling, and that is why they've been able to conquer us easily. But when we come together, we will not be conquered. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do let me know what you think on the comment section about that video for WODE MAYA. I'll do my best to make sure I read all the comments and give my response where possible. Let's tell you every day, Africa is home, and anything that concerns Africa concerns me and you as Africans and as black people from all over the world, be it in diaspora, be it in Caribbean, and be it in Africa. I am the African Streamline, and this is Revolution Time. Adios, muchachos. Peace be with you.